are the Lions' playoff hopes dead if they lose to the Buffalo Bills? If they lose this game against Buffalo, Sam Flannel, are their playoff hopes dead?
No, they are absolutely not dead, because that would make them 4-7, and I believe that 9-8 gets you in. I think that the Lions will be favored versus Jacksonville at home versus Chicago, and at Carolina. I think those are 3 games that you can absolutely win to get you to 7. And then, are the Vikings a juggernaut at home? I think the Lions can beat them. They gave them hell at Minnesota, although I don't think the Vikings were quite as good back then. But the Minnesota Vikings also have shown that they're capable of losing 40-3 at home to the Cowboys. I don't think the Vikings are unbeatable. I think the Lions can also win that game. At Green Bay, this is obviously probably the worst Packer team of the Aaron Rodgers era, definitely since his rookie year. And by then, I don't know if Green Bay will have anything to play for. I think the Lions can win that game. And at the Jets, obviously, the Jets have a great young defense, but their offense with Zach Wilson at quarterback, if it's even him or Mike White or Joe Flacco, that doesn't scare me at all. So if they lose to the Bills and are 4-7, they would have to go 5-1 in those 6 games. 3 of them, they'd be clear favorites. The other 3, I think, are very, very winnable. No, it's not dead. It would hurt their chances, but definitely not dead.
Sleazy, are their playoff hopes dead if they lose to the Buffalo Bills?
Hell no.
To the no.
Hell no. Hell no. No. I'm the same. I think you can make it in through 9-8. I'm not telling you guys Detroit Lions are going to make the playoffs. Please don't get it twisted and take it that way.
You heard it here first, folks. Easy says the Detroit Lions are going to make the playoffs.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
Google it.
It's for sure. Like, this is... If they lost to this team, like, this is a Super Bowl caliber team. This was a Super Bowl favorite heading into the season. I think this is like such a test for these guys. And whether they play well, they play bad, they'll have an idea of, like, it's a yard marker, if you will. I'm saying an idea of, like, where they need to be if they truly want to compete for a playoff spot and or championship. And I think, like, you need these moments. You get your ass beat and you learn. You know what I'm saying? You could take an L, and that L, you turn that into a lesson. That's what Jay-Z said.
Some people and other people say, last night you took an L, but tonight you bounce back.
Oh, great song.
Yeah,
and wake up in the morning every night, I count stacks. D-Town, LAX, every week we bounce back. But it's, I agree.
Plus, look at the schedule, too.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Vikings, like you say.
Winnable.
Winnable. At home that time. Jets, winnable now, especially if, what's his name's playing?
Zach Wilson, the MILF killer.
Panthers, come on.
Easily
Bears,
winnable.
come on.
Winnable.
Justin Fields already dealing with the shoulder injury. And the Packers again.
Winnable.
Yeah.
Come on. It's doable.
Yeah, I look at that. You have matchups against the Jaguars, the Bears, the Packers, and the Panthers, which are all games you should win. The Vikings, they are a better team, but you saw what happened at the beginning of the year. The Lions took it down to the last possession against those Minnesota Vikings. These are winnable games, and the Detroit Lions are only going to get better. They're only going to get more healthy. They're only going to have Okudah come back. They're going to have Jameson Williams enter this offense. Hopefully, they're going to see Romeo Okwara on that field. Josh Pascal will hopefully be back at some time. This Detroit Lions team, this Detroit Lions defense, this Detroit Lions receiving core is probably at the lowest it is right now, talent-wise.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get better, and you're playing teams you can beat. This win means a lot for the playoff hopes, but a loss does not demolish them. A loss does not rip them away from you. You can still do it. Again, I'm with Easy. I'm not sitting here saying they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to do it. I swear to God. Bet your mortgage on it. But it's...
I didn't say that.
Yeah, no, I said I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
God,
Yes.
Easy did say that. But no, it's...
Easy taught me.
Easy taught me. But we're gonna drink the Kool-Aid a little bit because they're on a 3-game win streak. And they look very good. And they're doing it without some of their best players. So I think the Lions can still get it done and make the playoffs if they don't win this game.
Yeah, and I mean, both things can be true. This winning this game against the Bills would be huge, but also losing it against a team that I still think is a Super Bowl contender, albeit not the favorite, is not the most shameful thing in the world. I think the Lions are going to win, but if they don't, I wouldn't be shocked or anything. So what would really hurt their chances is if they blow the game against the Jaguars or the Bears or at Carolina or something like that. Then we can all just start being like, what were we thinking when it comes to the playoffs? But the Lions have proven in these last 2 games they can now win on the road. So those road games don't scare me as much as they did before. Yes. And winning absolutely dominating a team that had a 7-2 record, albeit a little fraudulent. They still dominated a team that was 7-2. So going into New York again at the Jets, another team that might be a little fraudulent, I'm kind of thinking, hell, we absolutely can win that game. So just starting now, if they go 5-2, they're in. And if they drop the one to the Buffalo, which might be their toughest game, they just got to win five more. And I think it's very, very, very possible.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Absolutely.
It's true. There is a chance. And you look at it, and this is the NFL.
Just look at it.
Just look at it. Look at it. I want all of you to look at it. But
would you look at that?
You see, this is the NFL. This is, you lose games you're not supposed to. That is what happens in the NFL. And you win games you're not supposed to. So why can't the Lions win games they're not supposed to? Why can't the Lions go out there and steal one from the Bills on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Why can't the Lions go into Lambeau and beat the Packers?
Yeah.
Why can't they do things like that? Why can't they beat the Vikings at home? Why can't they make mashed potatoes,
Greens, beans,
potatoes, tomatoes out of that Buffalo running defense? Why can't they go in there and do that? Why not us, damn it? We deserve it, all right? It's anything can happen. It's a crazy league. But the way this team is trending, they're capitalizing on mistakes. They're not making mistakes of their own, and that is how you sway games in your favor.
Yeah, and I mean, and like I said before, 3 of those games, I think the Lions are the clear favorites. To me, it's not even about any given Sunday. It's about this Lions team is looking pretty damn good. They've made some improvements. You've got people coming back like J-Mo, maybe a Romeo Okwara. What is that going to do to this team? So, like I said, you just got to maybe, in a couple of those pick'em games, win. Win at home against the Vikings. Use that home field advantage. Win at Green Bay or at New York. And just win the ones you're favored in as well, and you are in. This Bills game, whether they win or lose, is not going to break them. It could make the season, but it won't break the season if they lose.
I agree.